I have a question, Bhante, on sati, mindfulness. So you gave a very your basic interpretation. Keeping the object in mind, not letting it go, not forgetting it. Then I've also heard, when people say sati, they always emphasize sati sampajanya.
Yeah.
Mindfulness and clear comprehension.
Right.
So when we say clear comprehension, I always thought maybe we want to, let's say you are teaching mindfulness to someone, you want to also kind of tell them to maybe observe one of the three characteristics, maybe it's a phenomenon that is arising and passing away.
Yeah.
It's a passing comment. It's not that they are necessarily looking for it, but if they see it, they'll recognize it.
Yeah.
Is that the clear comprehension, or is clear comprehension even broader than just recognizing three characteristics?
No, I would say it's broader than that. Just trying to put it concretely. I think it comes through, the meaning of clear comprehension comes through pretty clearly in the section of the Satipatthana Sutta, which is called the section on clear comprehension. So that when one goes out and returns, one acts with clear comprehension. When one looks ahead and looks to the side, one acts with clear comprehension. When bending and stretching the limbs, one acts with clear comprehension. Even when putting on one's clothes, in the case of the monk taking and carrying the alms bowl, one acts with clear comprehension. So I would say that this is pretty much when you're doing anything, knowing that you're doing it, knowing what you're doing.
I see. Just the presence of mind is clear comprehension?
Maybe I'd say that within presence of mind, we have both mindfulness and clear comprehension. And it's not so easy to distinguish the two, but I'd say that mindfulness is what keeps the object, in this case the activity, when going out, coming back, looking to the side, looking up, whatever. So mindfulness is what keeps the mind dwelling on that activity. And then clear comprehension is knowing that one is engaged in that activity. So if one is taking a walk, one knows, I'm walking. And even one will know at a subtler level with the right step, left step, right step, left step. So one knows that is clear comprehension, and it's mindfulness which keeps the activity present to the mind. So mindfulness is a kind of basis for clear comprehension. But clear comprehension, we could say, has a pretty broad range. So clear comprehension, as it matures and sharpens, then it will lead into the comprehension of the three characteristics. But in the more elementary level, I don't think necessarily that it has to be that it should be defined in that way. Any further questions?
So as a follow-up sort of clarification for myself, if I'm cooking dinner and then I start thinking to yesterday's dinner, the thing
Thinking what?
about yesterday's dinner, the previous dinner, the presence of mind that pulls me back to the present moment, is that sampajanya or sati? or is it kind of one package?
You know, they're so intricately interwoven that it's a bit hard to separate them. But I would say let me use the case of the breath rather than cooking dinner. Okay, if one is practicing mindfulness of breathing and then the mind drifts away from the breath, then I'd say that first there's clear comprehension that recognizes the mind has wandered. And then it's effort combined with, actually there's a bunch of mental factors here. Through right effort, one brings the mind back to the breath. Then it's mindfulness that picks up the sensation of the breathing again. And then clear comprehension that makes the note breathing in, breathing out, breathing in, breathing out. So you could work out the application to cooking from that. Okay, any further questions? Yes, what is your name, by the way? Patrick, okay.
Bhante, going back to the jhanas and the Brahma Viharas. So if you're using like metta practice, it's reasonable to construe that as a concentration practice then?
Yeah.
And that applies to the other Brahma Viharas as well?
Yeah, all of the Brahma Viharas are considered concentration practices.
Right. So, as you pointed out, there was a sort of a factor analysis within the jhanas, elevating from 1 to 4.
Yeah.
And there also seems to be a similar, which I didn't really get before you explained it this way today, a similar kind of evolving hierarchy within the Brahma Viharas. Not that they're necessarily corresponding, but it seems like,
I wouldn't necessarily say that the Brahma Viharas have quite a sequence from grosser to subtle the way the 4 jhanas do. It's rather that the 4 jhanas are differentiated based upon the particular quality that one is developing. Mm-hmm. And so, from a pragmatic standpoint, it's said that the foundation is the loving kindness or metta, because it's only if you have concern for the welfare of beings that you will empathize, that you'll have compassion for them when they're suffering, and that one will rejoice in their success. But it doesn't imply that one goes from metta, then next step one goes to karuna, compassion, next step to mudita, next step to equanimity.
Okay, thank you.
Bhante, if samsaric existence is continual, right, and never-ending until enlightenment, is the only thing that makes this life preferable to life in Avicii the possibility...
To life in a what?
To life in Avicii. The possibility...
In Avicii?
Yeah, Avicii, hell. The possibility of attaining enlightenment, because if suffering is infinite based on time, then the quality of suffering shouldn't matter, should it?
Oh no, it definitely does.
Oh.
If it didn't matter, not to speak of Avicii, you wouldn't want to be living now in Iraq or Syria?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or Yemen?
Yeah.
Okay, any further questions? Okay, then we'll end for the day. Okay, so we'll end with the 3 half bows.